New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Hello, hello. Hi out there. So did you know that the symbolic meanings of autumn are a lot more profound than you think? That is the truth. See, life is constantly changing. Our lives are constantly changing, right? Sometimes we aren't even aware of it, all of the changes that are going on in our life. The question is, how are you dealing with it? That's what we're here to talk a little bit about today. So the truth is that there are some ancient cultures and science and astrology that's at play here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Mercury in retrograde that just happened, and I'm just learning about that stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So we must become aware and become a lot more mindful about how change affects our lives and how our lives are changing. The moon and the planets are changing and shifting. There's always a lot of change going on. So this month, our topic is about fall and the symbolisms that are about all the ideas behind fall. So it's not just about, yay, pumpkin spice lattes are here now. Woohoo. So we get excited about that, right? Of course, that's something that I love. Do you guys like those? I think those are great. Hello out there. Good to see you. So yeah, so that's what some of the things that we're here to talk to you about. I have a little quote that I wanted to share with you really quick. I thought it was really great and it just felt really fitting today. So I cannot say whether things will get better if we change, but what I can say is that they must change if they are to get better. And this is by George C. Lichtenberg. So I cannot say whether things will get better if we change. What I can say is that they must change if they are to get better. See, what happens is that the problem is that a lot of times we just get too kind of stuck in our routines and kind of our old ruts. And the kind of cool thing about the different seasons is that it kind of beckons us to shift and change and maybe add in different things that we did than we did back in the summer. And now the seasons are becoming cooler, chillier. So it's definitely affecting us in many different ways. Yeah, so that's the question for you is how are you dealing with change in your life? Are you did the kids start a new school? They're in a new grade. Maybe you started a new job or a new relationship. And how are all those things affecting you? And how is change happening in your life? And how do we deal with it? We're going to talk a little bit about some ideas behind change and some tools that you can do to assist you during this time of change. I'm Reverend Lisa, and I'm a spiritual life coach. And I'm here today to talk to you about your inner dazzle. As you know, on the front, on my little ad piece, it says, igniting your inner dazzle. Well, the idea behind that is that we all have an inner dazzle within us. It is that innermost part of us that is truly connected at our heart, our mind, and our soul. It's that part of us that's in perfect balance, in expressing ourselves in authenticity and living our life to the fullest and living our life in a happy and productive and successful and peaceful way. That's the idea behind our inner dazzle. So we're here today to connect to that and tune into our inner dazzle. That's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. So I have, let's see. So I have this another quote that I wanted to share with you real quick. So the idea behind change is balance. And the idea is that through change, we can begin to become mindful about how balance works in our lives. And are we able to balance everything in our lives? So balance is the key to everything. What we do, what we think, what we say, feel, these are all the requirements. They all require awareness. And through this awareness, we can grow. And this is Koi Fresco. I love that one. I thought that was great because change, to me, change and balance kind of goes hand in hand. That's what we want to try to do, is just create somewhat of a balance in creating more mindfulness in our lives when we're dealing with change in our lives. So let's see. So yeah, I just want to talk a few minutes to you about me. I'm going through some changes as well, just in my life, and shifting and changing jobs, changing the direction that I'm going. I've been working on getting my spiritual coaching business up and moving. And this took a lot out of me. I spent the last probably 4 to 6 months really diving in and going headfirst in, and I did not have any balance. I'll just admit it to you. I did not create balance in my life at all with it. I really just hit it hardcore, and I felt like I just needed to get everything done, and I wanted to learn. I had a huge learning curve. I was learning about a bunch of new technology and all kinds of different things in my life as far as how to build this business. Well, what I did was I burned myself out, honestly, and it's really been a bit challenging for me. And so now I'm taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and reevaluating what's most important and how I can redo my thinking and my balance in my life so that I can create more balance. And then I can also teach that balance to other people. That's part of my mission, and my passion is working with and teaching other people how to grow, especially for women. I like to empower women and moms, especially. That's just definitely an area that I love because I am a mom, and I know a lot of the things that we go through, and I feel like I can come from a place of compassion. But I also am learning to come from a place of experience of not having balance and letting myself go, to beginning to shift into and create some new patterns and new habits to find more balance in my life. So that is what I'm focusing on right now. Are any of you focusing on that out here? Anybody? Hello out there. Wayne's here. Hi, Wayne. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I know Tony's watching. Hi, Tony. Mwah. We'll see you soon. Yes. So the idea here is balance this fall is awareness in what we think and we say and we do. So that's the whole idea behind, I think, New Thought Media Network, which is the where I'm broadcasting from, New Thought Media Network. We are an amazing, amazing New Thought, faith, philosophy designed ministry. And so what is behind that really is, we call it the science of mind. And it's talking to us about how our thoughts create things and how we can create a life that we want by shifting our thinking and creating new thoughts and actions so that we can begin to express and live and attract things that we want into our life to live in a wonderful experience and have the great life that we so desire. So yeah, that's definitely what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So yeah, I have another quote for you. I've found some really great quotes. So I thought these were great. So another one is great. Life is a balance. And the way that we balance is, this is the quote. Life is a balance between what we can control and what we cannot. So I am learning to live between effort and surrender. That is really interesting to me. And that's by Danielle Orner. And life is a balance. So it's effort and surrender. And I really like that quote because I feel like for a lot of us, our society tells us, go, 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 get everything done. You got to keep going. It's like you have no time to just hang out and relax. And the thing is that we do have to find a balance in there, because go, go, go all the time, you might think it's going to bring you all the things that you think that you want, but you really need to take a step back and find time for yourself. Number one, especially for moms or dads that are either staying home, taking care of kids, and or working. A lot of us are working and taking care of kids. So there is definitely something that is very valuable about taking time to step back, find a way to schedule in some time for yourself. For sure, weekly, daily if you can, even if it's just 10 minutes. It's so important to find that time to find balance in your life. So let's see. I wanted to share with you a little bit more about, so we were talking about last week, all the different, the symbolic meanings of autumn in our life. And so today we're going to focus a little more on comfort, balance, and let it go. Comfort and balance. So that's what we're going to talk about today, comfort and balance. So over this little thing I wanted to read to you. So comfort is strongly symbolized by fall, right? Because think about it. In the fall times, it gets kind of chilly. So I've pulled out sweaters. So we get our sweaters out, our cozy, comfy sweaters and blankets. We start digging out our hats and our coats and all that kind of stuff that represents fall. It's about keeping us warm and keeping us protected. So comfort is strongly symbolized by fall. This season is a prime time for seeking comfort in the midst of dropping temperatures, which we've noticed a lot around here lately. We're here in Colorado. I'm not sure where all of you guys are, but certainly let me know, what part of town are you? Let's see. What's Wayne up to? May the wellspring of life bless you always, and you too, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And it definitely, this time of the year is about being good to yourself. All times of the year are about being good to yourself, but definitely in the fall, we want to create more mindfulness about it. Yes. So comfort is also about creating a serene and snug place, and it's one of the best perks of autumn after all. And I put in there maybe your favorite sweater or your favorite food. Do you guys have any favorite foods that you like to cook in the fall? That's just kind of a traditional thing. For me, definitely green chilies. Roasted green chilies are fabulous. Of course, here in Colorado, we love green chili, as all of you may know. We love to smother everything in green chili. That's just the way to do it. Spicy, hot green chili. Just got my chili peppers roasted and in the freezer. So now I'm ready for some great green chili during the cold months. So I'm excited about that. Also like red chili. I love to make that as well with the cornbread and all of the wonderful things that go with that. And this comfort also gives you a chance to learn about what makes you feel warm and safe. What makes you feel warm and safe? You guys have any ideas? Certainly love to hear from you if you have any ideas that you want to share with me. Warm and safe to me is some of my favorite sweaters. Nice. Definitely, what else makes me feel warm and safe? Hanging out with my daughter, being cozy on the couch. Another way that you can feel warm and safe also is to get out your journal. Oh, I had that out and I don't know where I put it. So a lot of times journaling is a great way to just process a little bit about what makes you feel warm and safe. And think about some ways that you can support yourself and surround yourself with these things, either items or people or things that keep you warm and safe. So those are some ideas for you. Okay, and then the next one is balance. So we're still talking about, so that was comfort, and then we're going to move into balance. So we're going to talk about balance. I like at the bottom of this little thing, I created these on Canva, and then at the bottom it says, "You're wonderful." I thought that was really great. So now we move into balance, talking about balance. So day and night are the same length during the autumn equinox. As a result, ancient cultures have always associated this day with the concept of balance. The sun also enters Libra, which is symbolized by a pair of balancing scales. You guys all seen that? You see the Libra and you see the balancing scales on there. And also this time of year, I wanted to mention, as I said in the very beginning, talking about the fall equinox, and Mercury retrograde happens in October. And it also happens a couple other times a year. I can't remember what it was. But the idea is that every planet during its transit over any zodiac sign affects the energy of the earth as well as us. So the idea is that the stars and the moon are traveling as earth is spinning and traveling, and it does affect us. It's, that energy in the universe is really a part of our energy, and our energy is a part of its energy. And so our energy is always moving and growing and changing, and it definitely exists here. So this says, so the earth as well as everyone who lives exists here in this shift with the energy. This transit also has its repercussions on everyone. During this time of apparent backward movement with the retrograde, these areas of life that Mercury tends to rule, including travel, communication, and technology, are disrupted, according to this person that I was looking up this article a little bit about it. It also says Mercury retrograde is also a time for channeling mental energy, inward, reflecting time, reassessing time, and rethinking whatever it is we've been focused on over the past few months. So this has been an opportunity for me to rethink and decide to shift the way that I've been trying to work and create this business that I have been working on so hard, beginning to step back and rethink it. So I like that. It says inward, reflecting, reassessing. So I think that's a great thing for us to become aware of and think about how can we reassess how we are, where we are, what are we doing in our lives. Yes, this is a good one, Wayne. Old school chakra clearing and breath work. Two great techniques on how to step back and breathe and just relax and learn to balance your body, mind, and soul. And that's a great example. Thank you. Yeah, so those are some great ideas about balance, the balance within us. The other thing it says, autumn grants us a chance to harmonize with Earth and tap into the balance within us. That's the idea. Tap into the balance that's within us. So another way that we can do that is through, I have a couple of great ideas for you also. Let me find. So I want you guys to go to YouTube, go to Inner Dazzle LLC, and subscribe to that, because I have a lot of wonderful 1-minute pause videos. That's one of my big things that I do. I post those out on my Facebook as well. So you can also go to my Inner Dazzle page on Facebook. Connect with me, facebook.com, spiritual resource, and that's my Inner Dazzle page. And I post these 1-minute pause just kind of randomly, just when I get time to go. A lot of times I'll do several videos and then I'll be able to post them out for everybody. But they are a 1-minute pause, and they're designed to allow you to begin to pause and take a break and just be present. And as we practice that, we build our strength in taking that time to just be still. A lot of times it's hard to be still, but that's the challenge for you, is to take time to be still and focus on a 1-minute pause. So you can do that if you just go to my YouTube and sign up for a 1-minute pause, and you will really, really like that. I think that's a great way to experience it, is by tapping into that. Let's see here. What else do I have for you guys? Yeah. What else? I was thinking I had a 1-minute pause in there. So yeah, you can go there. There's a lot of my 1-minute pause videos. There's also, we do prayer. I'm on the prayer team here at New Thought Media Network. So you can listen into, and that's a 15-minute thing. It's pretty short. And then also we have the Dazzle shows as well. So you can tap in and tune into that if you want to continue to enhance your spiritual practices. So another thing I have for you guys is a short little video that I wanted to show, a little video clip. And this is great. This is one thing that I had researched, looking at different videos on YouTube, and a lot of my great inspirational speakers I look for, like Wayne Dyer and Oprah and Marianne Williamson and a lot of other great speakers. And I came across this little video. It's a short one, a few minutes. And she is talking about balance in our lives. So I want you guys to check this out and let me know what you think. Here we go.
Okay, this is probably the number one question that I get besides how do you cure anxiety? It's about balance. This one comes from Molly, and she says, hey, Mel, how do you balance being a mom, a wife, and a crazy busy career? Well, first of all, Molly, I don't balance it at all. I don't even pretend that I balance anything. My life changed a couple years ago when I discovered something called the progress principle. It is a principle that was written about in the Harvard Business Review. It's based on a tremendous amount of research done by a professor over there. And what she determined is that people that feel happy and successful and fulfilled by their lives and work, they all have one thing in common. They feel as though they're making progress on something that matters. So I read this little bit of research and I started applying it to my life. And what I do, as stupid as this sounds, it really works. I don't focus on balancing everything. I focus on just making sure that I make progress on one thing a day. That's right, you heard me. One thing a day that matters to me. Now, if I can make progress on one thing a day that matters to me, then I can let go and let the rest of my day get hijacked by kids, by spouse, by phone calls, by emails, by social media, by all kinds of things that come up and tend to hijack your day when you're a busy person, when you have a family, when you're married, when you got a lot going on. And so by focusing on one thing a day, I feel the sense of control and the sense of progress that science tells us will make you happy and make you feel more confident and actually make you more effective at getting things done. It also frees me up to be more present with my kids. Here's another thing about balance and a busy family life. I never focus on the quantity of time that I spend at home. I focus on the quality of it. It's very easy to be around your kids a lot, but never, ever, ever be present. It's actually very difficult to make sure that when you are around, you're actually present to what's going on. So those two things, progress principle, which means one thing a day, and focusing on the quality of the time versus the quantity time, they've been complete game changers. And here's the other thing that I can tell you, having an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 12-year-old. Every single phase of your children's lives will require a different you as a parent. The kind of mom that I was when I had a 3-year-old, very different than the kind of mom that I am now that I have 18, 17, and 12-year-olds. Having a sense of compassion and empathy for yourself, a sense of humor about the way that life changes, the way that kids can just throw a monkey wrench into just about anything. Having that sense of humor will help you a lot as well. So to sum up, the progress principle and focus on one thing a day, quality over quantity, understanding and having a sense of empathy for yourself, that things are going to constantly change and it's going to require you to change. And then I guess finally, I'm going to throw this in here too. There's no right way to do parenting. You need to listen to your values. You need to listen to what's right for you and for where your kids and your partner are. And you got to stop looking around and comparing yourself, because I think guilt sneaks in when you start thinking that you're supposed to parent the way other people do. You got to parent from yourself and your own values and your own barometer. So I hope that helps. Get balance out of there and focus on your priorities and all of the quality time, and also having a healthy sense of humor and empathy for yourself.
Wow, how about that? She just blows the whole thing about balance out of the water, but I thought it was really great, and I really enjoyed what she had to say in all of her good points. Talking about parents and parenting and how kids can really make things a challenge. And I also liked what she said about compassion, finding compassion for yourself, and also in all the things that we do and how busy we can be. I also appreciated her thing about accomplishing one big thing a day. And that's something that's really challenging for me, because I feel like I have to do like about 500 things a day so that I can allow myself to feel like I've been productive and like I've got a lot done, right? Do any of you guys feel that way ever? I think a lot of times we overload ourselves and go into way too high of an expectation about things that we're doing and things that we're creating. Like I was talking about my coaching business. It's like, whoa, okay, so take a step back. Once again, it's about taking that step back and becoming the observer in your life. And I really love that analogy as well. That's something that's real big in our New Thought community, is really taking time to take a step back, observe what's going on, observe your life from an observer perspective. It's a way that you can do it without having judgment. You're just observing. You're like, okay, so I see I'm doing this. I may be doing this, maybe doing too much of that, maybe not enough of that. And then it's time to take the observation and take it within and ask yourself, where do I need to balance my life? I still think balance is a good idea. How do I balance my life? Where do I find balance in my life? Yes, that's great. So that's the idea. I liked what Wayne said, we said earlier about being good to yourself. we got to be good to ourselves so we can be good to others. We can be loving and kind and good to others. Yeah, so that is pretty much my message for today. We have one more week where we're going to talk a little bit more. Next week, we're going to talk a little more about letting go and the idea of letting go of maybe old stuff or stuff that don't serve us anymore in this realm of fall, autumn, and how do we let go? Like we see a lot of great symbolism in the fall by the leaves letting go. The leaves are letting go, right? They're falling off the tree. You see it all over the place. You see the colors changing. You see lots of great things coming about in this fall season about letting go. So next week, we're going to talk about letting go. So be here for that because that's going to be really fantastic. So yes, so like I had mentioned before, you can certainly reach me at lisa@innerdazzle.com if you want to schedule like a 20-minute complimentary time when we can chat a little bit. If you want to do any spiritual coaching with me, certainly let me know. I'm here to support you. And then, of course, I'd like to invite you guys to go to YouTube. If you're not already there, go to my Inner Dazzle LLC and subscribe there so you can tune into my 1-minute pause videos. That's really, really important. And then also, we always appreciate here at New Thought Media Network any gifts or ties that you would like to send us your way. The gifts and ties are how this ministry and this whole thing operates is based on that. So that helps us keep us up and running. So you can go to ntmedia.org and click on donate. I also have a link up above in the Facebook page. So you can also click on there and click on donate if you want to donate any gifts or ties. Also, you can go, if you're so inspired by me, my ministry is supported as well. And I appreciate that. You can go to Venmo. Go to Rev Lisa 1, just put that in there, Rev Lisa 1, and you're welcome to donate any gifts or ties. And all that is tax deductible, just to remember that. So we are so grateful for that and appreciate it. And then, as I mentioned, you can go to my Facebook page, Inner Dazzle there, if you want to connect with me on that page. So that is about it for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's see. I think that is about all I have for today. And I'll really look forward to seeing you guys next week. Just remember that our time together is a celebration of your personal empowerment. And I appreciate your time. And thank you so much for being with me today. Have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. And I will talk to you and see you next week. Mwah. Bye.